Hilfiger. This is the Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Monday evening, welcome to the show. Folks, I usually do research editions in the afternoon, but this evening I want to sift through some things, and I'm not prepared with a lot of notes, letting you know right now. Singer R. Kelly, icon, extraordinary writer and composer, has been convicted, as most people should know. Lately, he has been talking to WAC 100 and other people with regards to what he considers to be an injustice and the law having been broken. A former correction officer supposedly got into some of his restricted files and gave those files over to Tasha K. So he's blaming Tasha K, who I know very well, and this a correction officer who, if I'm not mistaken, is now retired. And he's saying he should have a new trial, or trials, plural, I'm not sure. Also, in case you don't know, back in February, according to Rolling Stone and other platforms, R. Kelly was denied a new trial, okay? Convicted on 6 counts, including creating child pornography and enticing minors into illegal sexual activity. So, this will be a lengthy deep dive of sorts. So let me just say what I feel before we get into the real nuts and bolts and some hardcore facts. I think R. Kelly was out of control. I think he was surrounded by people, and they were creating an atmosphere of acceptance. Do I think he's a piece of shit? That's hard to say. That's hard to say. He's a likable guy. He came on my show, the Star and Buck Wild show. I think that was 2002. We had a great conversation. He was willing to talk. You know, we were vibing about music and chord progressions. I'm an old bass player. A likable guy. But now at the same time, I do think he was doing too much once upon a time. After he beat multiple charges when he was on trial, whatever year that was, I forget, 2004, 2008, I forget, you guys can bring me up to speed. I felt that he should have gotten out of America. I felt like he should have packed up and moved abroad. I don't know, France, Belgium, Germany, any place, but just get out of town. Now, I love this country, as many of you do as well. We have family that fought in the armed forces and who are in the military now. And this is the land of capitalism, beautiful system that it is, okay? But let's not kid ourselves. Racism will always exist. It is here to stay. Anybody who thinks racism is a thing of the past or racism is dead, they are delusional. I am greeted as a man of color, even though I do not subscribe to tribalism. I am greeted with racism more than often, not every week, maybe every other week. It doesn't bother me. It does not hinder me. You've heard me say this before. Racism does not hinder me. But I think R. Kelly, there was a bullseye on his back. And after he beat the cases and the charges once upon a time, I felt like he should have left. Let me also say this, because, again, I'm just going off the top. Troll Babies, I'm sorry. Good evening. What is the district attorney's name? Is it Kim Fox in Chicago? Is it Kim Fox? I don't like her. I don't like her. I think she had a hard-on for R. Kelly, and she's the same person who dropped all those charges against Jussie Smollett. The same person. I just want to be sure of the name. Is it Kim Fox? I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Anyway, so I'm on the fence here with regards to R. Kelly. I think he was surrounded by an atmosphere of acceptance. I think he was out of control. I even remember one of those older R. Kelly CDs, the inside jacket, it may have been TP2 or one of those albums, and he's literally standing there wearing a suit and squeezing his dick. And I said, damn, it's like that? Anybody know which album that is? Anybody a real R. Kelly fan? I thought that was just like really just kind of bold. It was on Jive Records. Holding his dick. I mean, his dick wasn't exposed, pause. But he was, scrunching it up in the goddamn the suit pants. Anyway. Let me also say this. Salute to the Plainest Jane. Do you guys know who the Plainest Jane is? Her and I spoke about a year or so ago when she lost one of her YouTube channels. I was trying to help her get her channel back. To my knowledge, she is one of the people who has done the most in-depth research and reporting and journalism on R. Kelly's cases. Plural. The Plainest Jane, yes, no, maybe you guys. And she didn't even have a chance to save a lot of those videos. And I don't know if I want to go down this path of a conspiracy or not, but tonight I'm kind of open, because, again, I want to do research. So my question, does R. Kelly deserve a new trial for his transgressions? That's my working title. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial for his transgressions, convictions, okay? I'm sorry. And if R. Kelly's cousin is out there and you want to call in, sir, please let me know. Email me so I can get you back on the line. He called in. We had a great conversation months ago. Anyway, so most recently, Whack 100, who I've never met, but he's highly entertaining. He claims he's a gang member. I think that's in the past. Anyway, he and Adam 22, they have a show on No Jumper. And let me just say this about Whack 100. He appears to be a go-getter, a guy who, if he says something, he does it. And that I can respect and appreciate about him in the music industry, okay? So he did this interview with R. Kelly, and many of you have just heard the audio, and R. Kelly is explaining to him about this former correction officer. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, I do not have a bunch of notes in front of me, that was giving his restricted information to Tasha K. But they did allow this information to be used in one of his trials. And one of his girlfriends, when she came to visit R. Kelly, let me see if I got all this right, she was able to hear and read the transcripts prior to going to visit R. Kelly. Am I going down the right path, guys? Okay? So she became enraged. And she took the stand, according to R. Kelly and this new Whack 100 R. Kelly interview discussion that was recorded, if I didn't say that. So I don't know if R. Kelly deserves a new trial. I don't know. He has been convicted. There are other people that made claims and allegations. Oh, and let me say this. This is one of the most important things. Some of you may not believe me, but some of you, like myself, I never watched the R. Kelly sex tape back in the days. I didn't want to see him doing what they were claiming he was doing with a minor. I didn't want to see that. I say crazy shit on the microphone. I do. But there's certain things I don't want to partake in. I don't want to watch any goddamn child pornography. And at that time, whenever that tape, what was that, 2000, 2001? I said, I don't want to see this. Somebody urinating, it was too much. I've never seen that tape. But the tape did exist. So again, after beating that case, I said, this guy needs to get the hell out of Dodge. Anyway, he's been convicted, as you know, and that's my question tonight, okay? Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial for his transgressions? Showrunner, Native Americans call for more reparations. That's one of my showrunner stories, according to Daily Mail. Native American groups joined the call for reparations and target colleges who took land from tribes and only exist because of everything that was taken, okay? And I've got the names of the tribes. An estimated 10.7 million acres of land was taken from 250 tribes following the signing of the Morrill Act by President Abraham Lincoln in 1862. So they're going back. They're going back. Anybody want to tap in, whether you're ADOS or FBA? I'm sure you're up to speed on this. Yesterday, we spoke briefly, and thank you for those who chimed in with regards to a new proposed bill. It's not a law, a bill in Texas where they are trying to restrict and limit, others who try to partake in giving reparations due to slavery. They're trying to limit and restrict funding. So African Americans, they don't want them to get reparations, but will these Native American groups be successful again? Okay, it's one of my topics tonight. Area code 832, good evening. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? 832.
Hell no, he don't deserve a new trial. What up, Star? This the Gangsta of Love.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. What's cracking, sir?
Not a whole lot. So, man, I want to chime in on this whole R. Kelly thing. For one, any grown man that has reached the status that he reached in America as being an icon, a sex symbol, and you want to go out and sleep with young girls, look, you deserve to be locked up, man. This dude could have had any gorgeous woman of any color that he wanted. He decided he wanted to go out there and rape young girls. And it's documented that he married Aaliyah when she was 14 years old. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, for the respect of yourself, we could say allegedly, but that's been documented. And then it was documented that he'd be picking up young girls from school and paying them. Like, he lost a lot of his money from lawsuits settled out of court.
Payouts, settlements.
Yeah, settlements. Yeah. Plenty of them. Mm-hmm. So, in my eyes, I mean, I'm not this street criminal, and I don't go by street codes. But to be honest with you, the worst thing to be in life is a child molester, and especially when you don't have a need to be. Like, dude, you could have had any woman you wanted, but you decided you wanted to go out here and take advantage of girls and boys, allegedly, because there was a boy that got on the stand and said what he did to him, which was horrific. So I think they need to keep his ass in jail for the rest of his life. And let him die in there. Rest in peace. He like to pee on girls and all that other crazy stuff, man. Let him die in jail.
If I can jump in and say, the audio with him talking to WAC 100, he says, "I've learned my lesson." But how long is the lesson to be learned? He does not get to dictate how long that should be. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I did not pull a lot of notes tonight. I am not going to be combing back through the timeline. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that important to me. This is not even a trending story. So I'm just, again, I'm doing research. But let me say this, Gangs of Love. I appreciate you calling in. The internet, we do some great things. The YouTube community, certain stories, we don't let them die. We go back, we do more digging, we troll, but we also do research. So I like that, the fact that, certain things can be brought back up, re-examined, magnified, if you will. But now, do you think that, and let's keep it real, do you think WAC 100 is clout chasing? Do you think that others are just looking for content, and maybe R. Kelly's a piece of crap and we should just, accept his convictions and move on?
I think we should accept what he has done and move on. The crazy thing is a lot of black people, we tend to support other black people just because of an image. Right. Just like Bill Cosby. 20 women came out and said that, hey, this is what he did to me.
Yeah.
And then they got him on tape saying, but black people are still in the belief that this is this great guy that was on TV and a father, and this was the image that he portrayed. But in reality, and I'm not speaking for all black people or colored people, but I'm from the suburbs somewhat, Compton and Houston, and I relate more to James from the Good Times, who was a TV show dad, than I do Bill Cosby. Like, that Bill Cosby stuff wasn't real. So, but he's the same thing as R. Kelly, man. Like, if people are pedophiles and rapists, you are done with. There's no coming back from that, especially if there's evidence.
Okay. Hey, man, good to talk to you. Thank you for tapping in. Gangs of love.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, and let me just also say this, whether the entertainer or the, movie star be black, white, or whatever, Hispanic, Asian, we tend to feel a connection to that person, and we overlook certain transgressions. But let me just say again, I think R. Kelly was surrounded by an atmosphere of acceptance. I know that when people of lesser means start getting money, they will overlook certain things. They will accept certain behavior. And again, that photo with him, whatever album that was, TP2 or something, he's standing there, just holding his tool. And I said, damn, this is like a bold statement. Black Freeman, I got your donation. The parents should be held liable too, regarding R. Kelly. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Okay. Let's bring in area code 732. Good evening. R. Kelly, I'm doing research. Does he deserve a new trial? Area code 732.
Yes, I think he does deserve a new trial.
Okay.
I think he does. And the reason why is because I feel that when you're looking at the law, and if you're going to uphold the law, no matter how much we like him or dislike him, I feel that the law states that parents can give permission for underage children. And I truly believe that the parents were starstruck, and I believe they sacrificed their children for, it was R. Kelly. And not just that, I believe that when Surviving R. Kelly came out, it was at the time that his trial was, coming up, and that is a prejudice to this man, whether you like him or not. It was prejudice from the start. So you can't put out Surviving R. Kelly at the same time where you're trying this man for all these allegations. So I truly believe, as much as I dislike him, I believe that the laws is what people should be upset with, that parents have a right to auction off their children.
Yeah. Do you have any in-depth knowledge? I can't say that I do. I didn't study the R. Kelly case. Tasha K and I are cool, but I don't cross certain lines. She does what she does. I do know that according to, R. Kelly and others, she was getting information. So I'm going to be respectful to Tasha K. But do you know anything about this correction officer or whoever this person was getting into his restricted records? Did that affect his case? R. Kelly says it did.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But I do know that, it's just one of those things where, and I followed you, Star, forever.
Thank you.
And I remember back then when you were speaking about it, because I'm from Plainfield too.
Hey.
And I remember when you were speaking about it, and you said, and I think you were saying something about where he was trying to say it was his brother, and he tried to put it on his brother back then. Yeah. And at that time, he had every opportunity to, but I just truly feel that the law is the law, and I think that people should get upset with the lawmakers and the parents for allowing this. I mean, it even goes back to, I feel like, even with Aaliyah, when they say, okay, her uncle was, into that show business and they introduced them. I believe some parents turned a blind eye
Yes.
to situations that they knew was going to happen just so that they could, it was like a sacrifice so that, okay, do they want to be a star or not? So why would you send your child to be with this grown man?
Yeah.
But I feel like same with Usher, you send him with P. Diddy to spend the night. It's like a sacrifice that
Ooh, chow.
they turn the blind.
Wait a minute. Ooh, chow. Yeah, it wasn't, and Diddy's my guy. It's my guy. But was it Usher like having sleepovers at Diddy's?
Yes. Yes, I believe they said that. And I guess allegedly, I don't know. I just followed it and I saw it. And when I saw his mother speaking about it, I was just surprised because I'm just learning of it. And I'm like, so many parents are speaking out against something, but at the time they turned a blind eye.
Yes.
When they know there was a possibility of this happening.
Yeah.
And it could go on and on. Even when you look at the Girls Olympics, that coach that got charged,
Right.
those parents had to know something.
Right.
But because they
even if they didn't know, if I hate to interrupt,
medal.
even if they didn't know, they allowed too much access to the child. And let me just say this:
Right.
Kimberly Fox, Cook County State Attorney, she's. I don't want to say I dislike her, but there's just something about her that just seems to be disingenuous. She had a hard-on for R. Kelly, and I don't like the fact that she stepped in and dismissed all those charges the first time around against Jussie Smollett, but then she hung R. Kelly, and just... I think that there's more that needs to be uncovered. And let me just say this before you go. The plainest Jane, do you know her? She's a great content creator. She did in-depth research and great coverage, journalism on the R. Kelly trials. And that whole page got deleted. Her and I were talking. I was trying to help her get the page back. And just, they wouldn't give her a page back. You up to speed on the plainest Jane?
Right.
No?
I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna look at it and check it out.
Well, that page is gone.
It's very interesting.
She had to restart all over again. But go ahead and finish up. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's interesting because I feel that this is a case that no matter what, everybody's going to see him for the monster that he is, but it starts at the top. Even you have the politicians who's done this. They're not jailed.
Yeah.
They've done this. And it's like when you get permission or, they get this permission or they have these interns coming in, they're the biggest monsters that there are.
Facts.
And, R. Kelly is who he is, and he did this. I'm not someone who's for someone doing that because I believe you should be punished to the highest extent of the law. However, I do believe that there was a lot of verbal permission given to him for these people's children. And if the law states that you can give consent to a person, that's the law you get upset with, the lawmakers, not the person who's the pedophile and the predator.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
that's my opinion on it.
I appreciate you calling in. And are you born and raised in Plainfield, New Jersey?
Yes, on
4th
and Liberty.
Nice.
Yes, 4th and Liberty. And I saw you at the at the Battle Rap Smack.
Okay.
And we took a picture together.
Smack's
I saw
my
you
guy.
years ago.
Chico.
Yeah.
Beasley. Yeah.
Yes.
Good,
yep.
Good to
So
talk
it's
to you, dear.
always nice, Same here.
Okay.
And thank you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay.
Have a good day.
All right.
Okay.
Plainfield, New Jersey. Hold on a second. Who's calling me? Dana, I'm live. Are you calling in? Dana, I'm live. Call the show. Call the show. Dana with the data. Hang on a second, guys. Okay. I'll respond to someone's email after the show. Dominic, I got your donation. He says, R. Kelly and Jay-Z have learned their lessons. # Foxy Brown. Folks, let's go there tonight. Let's go there tonight. I don't like to do conspiracy shows, but let's go there tonight. Do you think that part of the reason why Dame Dash, he's not blackballed. Dame Dash is a boss like myself. We always get Skrilla. That's an old saying from the 80s, Skrilla. But do you think Dame Dash knows too much, and that's why he gets shut down? He gets shut down by Jigga Man. Jigga Man got this nigga hustling sneakers. Knockoff Air Force Ones. Huh? Troll babies. Let's go there tonight. Dominic said R. Kelly and Jay-Z have learned their lessons. That's a hard donation. Dana with the data. Is that you? Dana.
Hi. Yes,
Hey.
it's me.
Good to hear your voice. What's cracking?
Hey, I'm sorry. I did not know you were alive
That's okay.
honey, I was calling. Yeah, I was calling you just to vent, to have a come to Jesus moment.
Well, now, do you want to talk later? Because I want to stay on topic. Right now, we're talking about R. Kelly. I'm asking, does he deserve a new trial? I'm about to get into 50 Cent and Ja Rule. I'm tired of both of those niggas. Great guys, but I want to see some bloodshed. I'm tired of them niggas. Do you want to call back, or do you want to
Right.
get into the topic?
Well, I'll call you later off the air, but as far as R. Kelly,
Yes.
I do think he needs a new trial as far as, because he needs a fair trial. I don't think he really got a fair trial.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
good.
I will say that.
Good to hear from you. I'll text you when I'm off.
Okay.
Thank you,
Have
Dana.
a good one.
Okay. Dame Dash was doing the most. Can I get real niggas on the line tonight? I will let you speak, as I always do. Dame Dash was allegedly overseas taking pussy. He caught a couple of charges. Jay-Z didn't catch charges here, huh? Did Emil know too much? Why was she shut down and shut out? What did she see? Let's go there tonight. Who just sent in a donation? Hold on a second. How do I say? Is it Sphinx? Thank you for your donation, young lady. I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name. Xanly. But thank you. Do you want to call in? Thank you for your support. It's Lit sends in a donation. Salute to you, Star, and the Troll Babies. R. Kelly is a sad case. Yeah, and if he's dirty, F him, you know? Guys, real quick, my showrunner, Ja Rule versus 50 Cent. When does it end? Both of these guys are I like both of them. Last time I spoke to Ja Rule, maybe 2010. Great conversation. Called into the Star and Buckwild show. 50 and I are cool. Old grimy Southside Jamaica Queens nigga. But I'm so sick of the two of their beefing back and forth. Is anybody tired of 50 Cent and Ja Rule? Troll babies, let me go to you. I hate to promote violence or anything, especially at my age, but something has to give. Shoot the fair one. Have a shootout. Do something. Somebody torch the other person's car. But just stop. You both of you are too old. It looks goofy. Is it me? Is anybody else tired of Ja Rule and 50 Cent beefing? This is what the younger generation should be doing. Oh, man. Dominic, again, thank you for your donation. Gangs of Love, I got your donation. He says, Big Key wants R. Kelly to tinkle on him, too. Hashtag per. Okay. Okay, Big Key tapped in. Hang on a second. Via PayPal. Let me read his donations. Thank you, Big Eye Keith, for your support as always. He says, LOL, the way notifications popped up on my phone, it cut it off. I'm not sure what you mean. I was like, damn, shaking my head. They done turned that chocolate factory nigga out. HUH. Okay. Jeff, I got your donation. Looking for information in regards to the free movie website. Jeff, I sent you an email earlier. Hold on a second, guys. I could have swore I sent you an email earlier. What time did this come in? Check your email. Check your email. If not, send me an email and I will see what I can do. I can't agree to, send illegal transmissions. That's a no-no, okay? Send me an email and I will respond. Let's go to area code 718. Good evening. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? 718. This is our research edition tonight. Are you there? 718. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes. You can hear me?
You're on some type of headset. Can you fix the string on your can, please? Okay.
All right, hold on for just a moment.
Give him a second. Jesus Christ. I'm looking for Jeff's email. Okay. All right, sir, you ready? Are you ready?
You can hear me now?
No, I can't, sir. Please. You're killing the vibe. Let's get him out of here. Jesus. $267, good evening. We're doing a research edition. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? 267, are you there? Whew.
Yes, Star, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I definitely think the man need a new trial.
Okay.
Reason being, back in the day, that was the norm. Why do you think most of his peers are so quiet about this topic?
Mm-hmm.
Because all of niggas are guilty also. They done been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
So now they can't really speak on it because they nervous. If they say anything, somebody might pop up on them saying that they did something wrong. So now everybody's quiet. Because like I said, back in the day, that was the norm. Everybody, even when I was in high school, all these little young...
Not everybody, sir, but I understand what you're trying to say. Not everybody, but how old are you? Can I ask? How old are you?
I'm 41.
41, okay. So let's just say that, times were different. People moved different, and this is just a nigga who got caught. He got caught, Are we supposed to let this nigga now bring other people down? People now have wives and families and their grandparents. This nigga got caught, a famous nigga, he was doing too much, Hold your L, no?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely was doing too much. That's what I was going to get to.
Okay, come on.
He pretty much snitched on himself.
Okay.
He pretty much snitched on himself with all the videos he put out there. If he was doing this stuff on the low like everybody else, he probably would still be free.
Yeah.
So
I find that whole filming stuff to be...
I don't feel sorry.
I find that whole filming stuff to be weird. Why do you want to film yourself? And I know a lot of people do it. I get it. It's a clout thing. But a young girl, whoa. Why would you film that?
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Why would you film that?
But to each his own, though, that was his thing, and that also led to his demise. So.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the video, sir? Keep It Real. Back in the days, R. Kelly and that minor. Did you see it?
Nah, never seen the video.
Nor did I. And there are people who swear, oh, yes, you did. No, I didn't. I had no interest. I was on the radio at the time when that video was circulating, and we had a female co-host. I said, hey, can you watch that and write down some notes? She did. I did not want to see him doing what they were claiming he was doing. Nah, I'm okay with that one. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's disgusting. If you're a grown man, you willing to watch that video, something wrong with you also.
I think, yeah.
Hey, if you're a grown, for real, if you're a grown man, you know that he's messing around with underage girls. And
Baby.
You out there looking, wanting to see the video. Something wrong with you also.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, before you go, Ja Rule and 50 Cent. I'm annoyed by these two still. It's not even beef. It's just goofiness. And any thoughts? It's too much.
Yeah, you know 50 been petty since day one. I don't think 50 ever gonna leave that situation alone. He gonna be in a wheelchair, all grayed out, still be going after Ja Rule and Irv Gotti and them. Yeah, but I agree with you on that, man. I think they need to just get some money out of it. Do the celebrity boxing thing. I think that'd be a good idea.
I don't think a celebrity boxing is going to happen. And you know what? I don't care about his pettiness. You know, that's the excuse people give. Oh, he petty. I'm sick of it. I don't even click on a lot of their videos sometimes when they're, and you know, see, 50 has this thing where he wants to try and talk all highbrow and educated, but then you get on Instagram and you do the most stupid, insane stuff. So I don't want to hear him say anything. If you're always going to keep doing what you're doing with Ja Rule, I don't want to hear you try to act all, you know, high sedity. F out of here. But go ahead, I'll let you finish up. Go ahead.
I feel you, Star, but I'm on Fifth side too. But because they try to end that man, they try to delete that man. So if I was Fifth, I'd be doing the same thing every chance I get to get on their asses. I will.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you for your call, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm too old and I'm just annoyed. And also, having been in the eye of the tornado, having been there working at radio at the height of the tension. I remember when Irv Gotti and Ja Rule came on my show and they had the paperwork with them. The exclusive came on my show. I'm looking at the paperwork from the fight or the stabbing in the studio. I mean, oh my God. Jeff, on the screen is my email address. I could have swore I sent you a link earlier. No? Jeff, there's my email address on the screen. Send me an email right now if you're listening, and we'll take care of that situation that you're asking for. I appreciate your donation. Hey, Michelle, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. I don't see a message, but thank you. Hey, Ashley, I got your donation. No, Ashley, I don't do anything less than $5. Let me give you a refund and get you the fuck out of here. Don't you ever try and send me less than $5. Area code 817. Are you there? Good evening, 817.
Good evening, Star.
Yes, sir. How are you? It's cracking.
All right, I'm doing. How you doing today, sir?
I'm giving Ashley a refund, so go ahead and talk.
No, I feel like he deserves a new trial based on a lot of legal aspects that went on in order for the way that they got him. And I think the world, you know, because of the docuseries, really didn't pay attention to the actual trial itself.
Okay.
I feel, me personally, when you speak about children, I don't feel like no one should have immunity in a trial when it comes to children.
Okay.
You know, because when you give someone immunity, that means they have, you know, whatever needs to be said, that's what they're going to say. So most of the people who testified against this brother who was working for him or working with him, they all had immunity to give their statements. Also, another thing that stood out to me was they only lifted the statute of limitation temporarily in California and New York. In those two states, they temporarily lifted the statute of limitation, and the only two people who was charged during this temporary lifting was Bill Cosby and R. Kelly.
Okay. Now listen, racism is alive and well. I'm not saying that, you know, he wasn't lined up and set up. But now what do you think about when he first beat these charges. What was that? 2004. When was that? Do you remember R. Kelly?
2000 from 2002 to 2008.
Okay, he
The
should have.
trial went on for
Yeah,
a time period. Yeah.
he should have got out of the U.S. Yes, no, he should have left. Moved to
Right.
moved to France.
So what they said,
Run, nigga, run.
right. Well, they charged him in Chicago with obstructing justice this time around. They say he obstructed justice in order to win his trial in 2008, and then he was found not guilty on the obstruction charges in 2022. So we trying to make it make sense. So y'all say the only way he won in 2008 was because he obstructed justice.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got found not guilty recently in Chicago for not obstructing justice.
Do you think WAC 100 is connected enough, powerful enough to get some type of investigation going here? Because R. Kelly is willing to talk to anybody. It's not just that he thinks WAC 100 is some power player. He'll talk to anybody.
No.
That can get the time reduced or get himself a new trial. Is WAC that guy?
I don't think it's going to be WAC. I think he got a good attorney and just focus on the Constitution. And her main thing is.
Sir, you're not hearing me. Sir. R. Kelly is broke. He doesn't have a good attorney. Every time he gets some money, they garnish it, sir.
Represented Bill Cosby.
Sir, every time
he has the same attorney who represented Bill Cosby.
Sir, he's broke. He can't afford to get the things done that need to be done. He's put on hold. He's told to call back tomorrow. We're gonna figure this out. 3 months go by. He's broke, sir. He's broke. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, I agree. I agree with your opinion, and I just feel like Jennifer Bonjean. I mean, her work speaks for itself, and she's been able to do good things in other cases when it comes to constitutional violations, and I just feel like this case sets precedents for moving forward with how they were able to violate and bend and twist, even though we know it's the government, right? They have the ring to do whatever they want to do whatever they got to do. So, but it makes it so easy for, even right now, like if I was to have a girl that lived in another state and she came to visit me and just so happened we decide to go our separate ways, if she get mad enough, she can go and put a case on me to say I solicit her to come to my state just to have sex.
Right.
And now I'm being charged.
Right. Yeah. So you think he does deserve a new trial, yes?
Yeah, I think a new trial would, where the world would be able to see it. I think a lot of information that came out, but the transcripts, I'm wanting to review the transcripts and go over the transcripts, and there's other people that review and go over the transcripts. A lot of the stuff that came out in the court did not make it to the public. And I think if the public was able to go over those transcripts and see some of the things and hear some of the things, they would be like, well, I don't think, it was a fair trial. And like I say, my biggest thing is even the immunity that was given out to people who was on the stand admitting to crimes that they committed. But I understand how it is when you're not the one. We want the main player.
Right. To my knowledge, his trials were not televised, right? Unless I missed.
It wasn't televised, and they had limited people were able to get in. But you have a biased media that only report, what the government wanted to be put out.
Yeah.
And that was another thing.
A controlled narrative.
From the
controlled narrative.
Exactly, controlled narrative.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I'm a young man, and I went over. I really wasn't as well. I was a little bit into the criminal law and different things like that. But when this case came around, I got into it and started looking into it, learning what some of this stuff is. Because I'm from the South. I never even knew what the Mann Act was until this case came around.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I didn't even know a law like that existed. So
Yeah.
it kind of helped me
That's
sharpen.
how they caught Jack Johnson and Chuck Berry.
Jack Johnson, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm able to talk to my sons now about these different things and educate them on it because I just learned about it and I'm in my 30s.
Yeah. Well, sir, I thank you for your call. I thank you for your call.
Yes, sir. Fit the lead Ja Rule alone, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Chuck Berry. They arrested him on the Mann Act in 1959. For those who, care to know, it wasn't just Jack Johnson. Chuck Berry arrested him in was it St. Louis, transporting a 14-year-old. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. Oh, he was something, boy. Woo. 14-year-old. Damn. Blade, I got your donation. Blade says 50 will never let that beef go when it comes to beef and holding grudges. Fifth is almost as petty as Star. That's okay. I can respect that, but just what is the end result? What is the end result with regards to he and Ja Rule? M. Clark, I got your email. I just responded. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. R. Kelly wore a belt on tour with Jigga. With a lips. I'm reading it just the way you wrote it, sir. R. Kelly wore a belt on tour with Jigga. With a lips. And Jeff, I did not get your email yet. Okay. Guys, on the screen, check out one of my sponsors, Jordan Wells. Okay. His new book, The Second Son. Jordan has called in on multiple occasions. Great guy. Please check out his new book, all right? Big Eye Key says, oh yeah, and Gangsta of Love, a.k.a. Hood Sugar was caught Frida Boy J's party. Was caught at Frida Boy J's party yelling, it's a party in my mouth and everybody's coming. Hashtag Compton Candy. Okay. Whew. Low Prestige, I got your donation star. Please tell me you seen that weirdo Stevie J take a page out of Ken Du's book and catch Faith Evans slipping for that spousal support. Yeah, that came out a couple of days ago, yes? How much is she paying him? Faith Evans. Stevie J's an old weirdo. He leaked a tape, allegedly, of, was it Eve? He and Eve, or just Eve by herself? It was something. Man, I was back in maybe 2001. He's been a weirdo, Stevie J. Thank you for your donation, Low Prestige. And Malmoose says, star Jigga Kelly not guilty. Guilty until proven innocent. 2000. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Florida Boy J is trying to keep you on hold. You there, sir. FBJ on a Monday night.
Hey, yeah. Hey, we're in the building. I think it was only right after the T-Sipper special for me to come back on tonight and talk about some of this other black news.
Okay.
I hear.
Good to hear from you.
I hear these niggas on the line who have been charmed and disarmed by R. Kelly, reminiscent of their favorite local pastor, and I'm here to tell you niggas, he is guilty. He's not coming out of jail, and he's going to die in jail. And there's nothing you niggas can do about it.
Let's go.
It's just like this is the same rhetoric we get when you see these feds cap niggas get pulled over and they talk about, I'm not driving, I'm traveling, I'm a sovereign citizen. Nigga, you getting tased too. Okay? You were a nigger. You're a nigger. Everybody on the line, you're niggers too. You know what happens when you're black and you're a nigger in America? The laws don't apply the same way they do to whites. I don't want to hear about Elvis Presley.
Right.
I don't want to hear about Weinstein. I don't want to hear about
Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear about Great Balls of Fire, nigga. You're black. If me, Star, and just name another nigga, say Wesley Snipes, all pick up 5 kilos and have to drive through 3 states, and me and Star driving the speed limit, and Wesley Snipes is drunk driving, swerving, and speeding, and he gets pulled over, knowing he's doing something illegal,
right,
and he was wilding, you deserve to go to jail. It's the reason why R. Kelly, I'm going to slow down and pause, the reason why R. Kelly's in the situation he is today, because all you delusional-ass Negroes needing a savior. Dar, you got the floor.
No, I appreciate what you're saying. I mean, I'm combing through this tonight. This is actually a research edition. This is not a trending story. WAC 100 and Adam 22, I think they've got a show together, and they were discussing this. I can appreciate WAC 100 if he's using his celebrity status to bring attention to what may have been an injustice, you know. But I'm not just gonna, point at Tasha K and I think it's a now retired correction officer. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna just say, oh, that's the reason why he should be cut loose or he should get a new trial. I'm saying I truly believe he was surrounded by an atmosphere of acceptance, people who saw things going on. But I don't know if I'm opposed to him getting a new trial. Kim Fox strikes me as very, very weird. And the last thing I'll say, I think he should have got out of America years ago. That's all I have to say. I don't know.
Yeah. Personally, like I said before, with R. Kelly, he is the great. Outside of, you want to say probably Marvin Gaye and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson more of a mainstream artist, more than just solely R&B. But outside of Marvin Gaye, you would say is R. Kelly is the greatest R&B artist of all time, male R&B artist of all time. I don't take anything from his catalog. I still listen to R. Kelly proudly and loudly with his music because I can separate his music from his art. But when it comes to what he has did and what they have convicted him for, I don't care if they chopped up the case, if they didn't use this evidence, if janky niggas passed notes in the courtroom. He's guilty. We know he is. Just because he's black and some of us have been made to R. Kelly music does not absolve him of his criminality.
Right.
This is the same free my nigga mentality that black people have that keeps us where we are.
Well, I can understand why, a good majority of black people would say, give him a new trial or he was done dirty. I mean, the institution of prison, it is a business, and they do want to get you in there. They want to sit you down. They want to, for the most part, document you, get a DNA sample, and find out who you are. I mean, information is the biggest commodity. So I can understand some people saying, hey, he was more than likely he may have been done dirty. I can understand that.
Yeah, and I can see how he could have possibly been done dirty, but knowing how the pedo rings are in Hollywood, how loose things were 10, 20 years ago, even niggas dating girls 17, 16. We got a lot of older ladies who listen to the Star Report who would brag about how they were freshmen and sophomores in high school getting picked up by niggas in cars and Crown Vics.
Right.
But, since the R. Kelly thing come out, all these aunties got amnesia.
Yeah.
And those are the same people who cheer for him and has kept him and his fan base delusional because they were also victims and they don't even realize they were, but they identify with who the R. Kelly was in their personal life.
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
Okay. Any thoughts? Do you care? According to multiple sources here, Native Americans are calling for more reparations.
It's definitely, that right there is a direct spit on the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre survivors who just got ruled. They just got denied their reparations for Tulsa. And right after that,
The last two survivors.
Eric-
But now hang on a second. There was many more, thriving black communities in America. And I'm not saying this towards you so much, but, people need to know that there were other thriving communities. It wasn't just Tulsa, Oklahoma. I just came, months ago, St. Petersburg, Florida, the Deuces. Remember, I was down there. That was a thriving black community, and
and Rosewood, right down the street.
Yeah. So
I know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But there's other places that people need to research and realize. But yeah, the Native American groups, over 250 tribes. They're looking for 10.7 million acres of land that was seized. A whole lot of stuff. It's getting really nasty. Go ahead.
Yeah, personally, I don't think they deserve to get anything more than what they've already gotten. You let the white man come on your land, allegedly, and swindle you and take your stuff, your resources. You didn't have a game plan. You let them rock you to sleep by letting let some of these groups own slaves to make you think you was with the white man until they tore up the treaties and got you niggas up out of here. So personally, you can't cut them any reparations. If you do decide to move forward, we need to find like the Ottawa tribes and some of these tribes who did own a mass amount of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can go after their reparations as descendants of slavery.
Yeah.
So it could just be a.
Are you still claiming FBA, Florida Boy J? You still claiming FBA?
I'm still claiming FBA. I am a foundational Black American.
Okay.
Yes, sir. What did you? Come on now.
I'm
Nigga,
just,
we
I'm just
in this.
asking.
It ain't on me. It's in me, my nigga.
Okay. Okay, hey man, good to hear from you. When's the next time you're going live? And are you and Alpha Villains doing another episode together? People seem to enjoy that.
Yeah, man, we're getting a lot of good response on that video. It's on its way to 1,000 views.
Nice.
Me and Alpha Villain are actually doing another episode this Thursday, 10 a.m. on both of our channels. We're going to be streaming simultaneously on both of our channels. We're going to be giving some more, those types of conversations, and also Perspective Facts Podcast, episode 82. Me and Rob and J-Dub are going to be streaming it tomorrow, so go ahead to Florida Boy J's YouTube.
Yes, sir.
And subscribe, man.
Thank you, man. Good to talk to you.
Have a great night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Florida Boy J tapping in. Jeff, check your email. You sent me a PayPal donation. Thank you. And I responded. I'm looking at the email. I don't want to say your email address, on the show here, but yeah, Jeff, check your email. I sent you what you requested. Jeff, don't download and don't sign up for anything, or else you'll get malware. Hey, Samantha, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. I do not see a message, but thank you for your support, okay? Blade tapping in. I think Jay-Z put the Illuminati on Kells. All of Kells' legal problems started after he tried to sue Jay. That makes sense. They were on tour together. Was that off of the first album, Best of Both Worlds? Because they put out 2 albums. And I remember I was on the radio at the time, and we were playing audio with R. Kelly saying he was on stage and somebody was in the audience with a gun. Anybody remember that? Best of Both World Tour. Best of Both. Best of Both Worlds. Okay, here we go. 2002. Didn't they put out 2 albums? I could have swore they did. Hang on a second, guys. Give me a second. Commercial performance, track listing. Okay. Best of Both Worlds. I don't know if they went on tour for the second album. They may have just been a studio effort. Anybody know for certain? I forget. Or was it just one album? Deeds, are you out there? Okay, was it Unfinished Business? Or was that the name of the... Okay, there we go. 2004, Unfinished Business. Deeds, I found it. Okay. Released October the 26th, 2004. It was called Unfinished Business. That was the second album. The second and final collaboration album between Jay-Z and R. Kelly. It was distributed, by United States Jive Records and Island and Def Jam. Somewhere in between Best of Both Worlds and this album, they were on tour together. And things got crazy. Wasn't it something to do with Jay-Z was claiming R. Kelly was showing up late a lot? Thank you, Blade. I got your information, okay? Give me a second, guys. I'm going back to the phones. Okay, wait, Janet, is that you? Let's get Janet on the line tonight. Where's Janet? Janet, good evening. Is that you? Area code 973. Janet.
Yes, sorry, it's me.
Good to hear
How
from
are you?
I'm great, Janet. I'm back in New Jersey, as you know. Some people talking about, yo, I'm coming to meet you in Woodstock. I'm not in Georgia anymore. Niggas trolling. What's going on, Janet? Where do you want to start? Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial?
Well, I don't know if he deserved one, but he could sure enough get one.
Okay.
He has the right to one.
Okay.
Because the lease came from a prison officer in a U.S. Bureau, that's the United States Bureau of Prisons, so that's a federal facility, all right? So that falls under the federal jurisdiction, so now you have the Privacy Act of 2020, and it says, no agency shall disclose any record which is contained in the system of records by any means of communication to any person or to another agency, so on and so on.
Right.
And that's 5 U.S. That's United States Code 552 A and B. So right there is violated his privacy. And secondly, to influence, the tampering with a witness, that's under USA Code 18 U.S. United States Code 1512 makes it a crime to knowingly and corruptly persuade another person with the intent to influence, delay, or prevent the testimony of any person.
Okay.
In an official proceeding. Now, this is where Tasha K get off. She gets off the bus right now because that one word, knowingly, she's not a police officer,
right? Nor
do she have any training. However, the correction officer does have training, so it is to assume that they know once they release this information that it could persuade a witness or jury or whoever. You understand?
Is that correction officer retired? Is that correctional? I thought I heard Whack 100 or Adam 22 say that. More so Whack 100. Is she retired?
Right. Yeah, she's retired, but that doesn't stop them from arresting her on these things.
Right.
Right. So,
Is she black?
She broke.
Is she black?
I don't know. I don't know. But my whole thing is she should be held accountable because she was being held to a higher standard.
Right.
Now, if you look at all the news media timeline, you're going from 2018, 2019, all these national news things. So you can't say, well, Tasha did this. You understand? So she gets off the bus with that word knowingly because it's not expected of her to know if she reports this information that it could affect a witness, a juror, or the sandwich lady outside the courtroom.
Okay.
She doesn't have that knowledge. You understand? But the correction officer does. And now another thing is R. Kelly is also asking for a new trial based on the fact that one of the girls is suing him for $13 million.
Mm-hmm.
So he claims that during her testimony, she lied and said that she wasn't going to pursue any civil actions against him. And because she said, I don't know, but she knew definitely that she was. But that's what he's saying. I don't know if she definitely was.
Hang on a second, Janet. Back in February of 2023, according to Rolling Stone and other publications, R. Kelly was denied a new trial. So are these efforts?
Yeah.
Are these efforts just YouTube talk? Do you think Whack 100
No,
is just running amok? And I'm not saying he's not making a genuine effort, but are his efforts going to just be dismissed? He was already denied a new trial back in February.
Yeah, well, he could file another one because underneath these two things, the Privacy Act, he was underneath he didn't have no expectation of privacy while he was in jail because he knew that the phone calls could be tapped and stuff. Those he knew, but he did not know that they were still outside the prison wall,
Right.
outside of official hands.
Gotcha.
See, that's where the barrier breaks. See, his expectation of privacy, it stopped at the prison gate, and it was broken by a federal.
So we had a mammy doing too much. Yes, a mammy.
Yes,
Mammy
and
doing
then
too much.
well, I don't,
I'll teach him.
or whatever. But then again, not to keep repeating myself, because people say I do that. I just want to make sure folks understand this thing with the tampering with witnesses. Okay, so I'm not a legal person, but to me, in my opinion, when it's that word knowingly and corruptly persuade another person.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's that U.S. Code 1512. Tasha gets off the bus right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that word knowingly.
Right. She didn't
So,
know.
and that's maybe they could say something else about her that I don't know or I didn't read yet. But for right now, in this surface research, this is what I'm going with.
Okay. Are you sipping tonight like me, Janet? I'm just asking. We're having a good conversation. Are you sipping?
No, and people need to stop making fun about the way I speak. This is why I don't go live, because I don't hear it.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm not making fun of anything. I'm just asking because they're in the live chat saying you're sipping Cisco coolers. I'm just asking.
Oh, I remember one time when I came back from California and Cisco was out and I didn't know what it was. That my friends told me it was a wine cooler, and I drank a whole big bottle of that stuff. Man, I was messed up. It was in August too. Lord Jesus, I was like, I never forgive him for that. That's some hard stuff.
Now you and I are from the same generation. Were you drinking Alizé back in the days? Remember Alizé?
Now, my drink of choice, what I used to drink in high school was Old English and St. Pauli Girl. And it was something else. And then like my hard liquor, I would drink, it was, what's that stuff called? It was cognac.
Okay.
It was cognac, because that's what my mom and them kept in the house was cognac. Hennessy and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's what I drank. But when I drank on my own as a teenager, it was, the 8-ball.
Were you a peach schnapps drinker? Remember peach schnapps?
You mean peach schnapps?
Schnapps.
I had it before.
I never drank that. Was it schnapps? Yeah, schnapps. Pardon me, schnapps. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I was in the military, I was a stone cold alcoholic. I mean, I had to go to AA and everything.
Damn.
But then they told me that when I got to AA, they told me I didn't need it. I don't know, I guess I was a control alcoholic.
Yeah. Well, back in the days, we were called functioning addicts. Functioning.
Probably, because I would drink a whole bottle of Blue Nut by myself. I would drink anything and everything when I was in the military. I had like hollow legs. I would drink, and I drank enough to last me the rest of my life.
Well, let me say.
But you know what?
Let me say again, in case you've never heard me say it. Thank you for your service. Okay, so you say R. Kelly deserves a new trial. Bottom line, yes.
If you're gonna go by the law, yeah, he deserved one. His justice was served. I mean, like, I don't think he's innocent. You understand what I'm saying? I think he should have been arrested when that first DVD came out of him peeing on that girl.
Oh God!
I think he should have been arrested. I think people should have turned away from him right then and there.
Did you watch it, Janet?
All right.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I seen it. It was in the it was on a DVD in a beauty parlor.
I didn't watch
at
it
the time.
I never watched it.
Well,
I never watched that, and I'm proud to say that.
Good for you. It was on a damn TV screen. What do you want me to do?
Child pornography.
I was in a beauty parlor. They put it on. They had it on a DVD.
Okay.
Hey, but one thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
That you say the Native Americans.
Oh,
I had,
my goodness.
emailed you the other day.
Come on.
And the reparations.
Come on.
So this is what I think. I think this is how FBA could really gain soup, and a lot of people might get mad at me for saying this, but if I will declare, if I was FBA, or if I was the head of an FBA grouping, all right, I would try to get FBA, Black Americans, people that have been here for over like 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would have them designated as a new species of human with their own culture and their own ethnic group that has been taken advantage by the imperial United States government and ask for reparations that way. Because you can prove by the way of our speech and how long we've been here that we weren't natives here. We were Africans, or some people say that we were natives here, so I don't want to start that. Some of us might have been natives here.
Okay.
But when they came here, they changed our culture.
That's a fact.
And they breeded us.
Yeah.
Right, and they breeded us.
I've already gone on record and I've said that I think Africans are the true aliens. People looking out into space. I think the African is the goddamn alien. I don't say that in a
right, but
that's not meant to be derogatory. I think the unique DNA makeup, of the African is the alien. But go ahead, finish up, Janet.
Yeah, well, that may be, and I truly believe it. But when we were brought here or brought back here, because I know some people, I don't want to get people upset. Mm-hmm. When we were brought back here, they mixed us with that Caucasian gene, and they made us a new type of humanoid. And I know it might sound crazy to folks, but there's a real strong chance that if you go with that line of thinking, as crazy as it may sound, it will work.
Well, you watch your step, because I'm a Caucasian with a tan. But hey, good talking to you, and let's catch up.
Okay.
Let's catch up later, Janet. Thank you.
All right, night.
Night. Okay, all right. This is my girl, Janet. Star Report back in the building. Folks, it is Monday, and we're having a research edition, okay? Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial for his transgressions? That's my working title. Inspired by new conversations circulating on YouTube, YouTube is the wave. It is the wave. Social engineers, content creators, there are certain stories that when they're readdressed or magnified, results happen. And I like that about YouTube and social media. So I don't know if R. Kelly deserves a new trial myself. I think he should have got out of town years ago after he beat the case, once upon a time. Not saying he wasn't guilty, but sometimes you have to run. Now he's doing decades, and more than likely at his age, if he has to do all that time, he'll probably die in jail. I don't say that, to be malicious or mean-spirited, but, I think he'll be targeted, in the penitentiary. Also, let me go back to donations. Lorma, I got your donation. This is for you, Deeds. Keep up the great work. Okay, Lorma, can you send that to Deeds? Do you have her information? If not, I'll send it to her. Thank you for your support. Code Red, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Okay. Dominic, I got your donation. R. Kelly taught Jay to groom. Hashtag Beyonce. That's a very, very tricky, and delicate discussion. I don't know how old you are, Dominic, but Jay-Z was originally dating Aaliyah before Dame Dash. Most of the troll babies know that. And rumor has it, the industry, has it that Beyonce made him dump Aaliyah. Or some people say that Dame Dash tried to take her, from Jay. But the inside word that I got was that Beyonce made him dump Aaliyah. And that's why she went to Dame. I don't want to talk reckless about Aaliyah, but she was, they say she was promiscuous. I don't know. Does anybody remember the video? Let me see if I can just Google this real quick. There's a video of Aaliyah and Beyonce at the MTV Awards. There it is. And Beyonce is looking at her like, bitch, I will scratch your fucking face. Some of you don't even know that they ever met. Whoo, child. I'm putting this in the live chat. You see, this is why you donate to the live show, the Star Report, because we do work, we do research. There's the link. The year was 2000. MTV Awards. Beyonce looking at Aaliyah like, bitch, I will snatch your fucking eyelids off. There's the link right there in the live chat. Give me a second. Let me just turn the volume down and just watch it and just see the shade from Beyonce. She's standing there with her legs, and then she reaches out the left hand. Aaliyah touches Beyonce. Beyonce's checking out her outfit. Beyonce fixing her head, and she puts her hand on the hip. Bitch, I'll slap fire out you and get the fuck away from Jay. Yep. Some of you didn't even know that they met. Anyway, Dominic, thank you for your donation. Beyonce shut that down, and then Aaliyah ran to Dame Dash. That's how it went down, okay? Anyway, sit tight on the phones, guys. I'm coming. Okay, Dominic also says, Clayface is an alleged informant helping. Okay, we don't know that, but thank you, Dominic. We don't know that. Hey, Samantha. Samantha says, Germantown, West Germantown, PA, was a thriving. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Samantha, for your donation. Okay, hang on a second. Deeds just sent me something here. Jay-Z and R. Kelly, Chronicles of a Feud. Yeah. You never hear, or I never hear Jay-Z talk about, trying to help R. Kelly. Why not? Why not? Hold on, guys. Area code 773. Good evening. 773. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? Are you there? Good evening. Good evening.
Absolutely, absolutely. How you doing, Star Report?
I'm doing good, sir. Where do you want to start?
Hey, it's a blessing to be on your platform.
Okay.
I would say this for everybody, and I know you have limited time. You got other callers, so I want to get straight to it.
Come on.
The first thing is this: we have to look at what this man was charged with, opposed to what the allegations were. The allegations were that this man was somehow getting away with violating children for 30 years in the city of Chicago.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You know, I'm from Chicago. That is highly unlikely. That is almost that is almost a fairy tale, to say the least, because in the 90s in Chicago on the street level, you couldn't get away with violating people's children in our city and get away with it. Somebody's uncle, somebody's niece, no, somebody's daughter, somebody's father. That dynamic, you know, and due to the gang culture, you know, I don't want to dwell too much on that. Man, R. Kelly ass would have been in the grass. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you feel me? You from New York, so you understand, right?
I'm from New Jersey, to be precise. Now, hang on a second. I just Googled this. In 2002, R. Kelly was indicted in Chicago on child pornography charges related to the sex tape. He pled not guilty and was released on $750,000 bail, okay? On May the 9th, 2008, okay, the trial began. In June 13th, 2008, he was acquitted on all counts. In 2008, acquitted.
Absolutely.
Why didn't he get out of the U.S. and go live in Bali or somewhere? Why did he stay?
I agree. If I was Tails, I would have got the fuck up out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree, because once you, as a black man in America, once you win against the government, you are already a marked man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Speak on it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go up against the government, whether on the state or a federal level, and you win that case, then you already are going to be marked. They're going to come back for you. So I don't agree with everything Kale did or whatever.
Nobody does. Nobody
does.
Nobody agrees, man. I mean, let's be rational, you know. And I'm not saying he should have ran to humiliate, you know, victims, but at least run so that you can get a fighting chance. Go ahead.
Absolutely. But we have to look at this. Like, he beat that case, and this man had been charged federally in 2 different states, one in Chicago, one in New York.
Right.
And also statewide, one in Chicago, one in Minnesota. Out of 30 years of a career, this man being the sex symbol of R&B, and 2 out of 4 indictments, he only been charged with not even 10 women. That doesn't even, the math does, the numbers don't equate to the allegation.
Okay.
So you don't even have more than double-digit women. This man is the king of R&B for 30 years, and you don't even have 10 women accusing him.
Right.
And not only that, but you don't even charge him. See, if this man was dealing with women under the age of consent, that would be called statutory rape, because we talking about, they saying that they were 16 to 17 years old. In Illinois, the statute of limitations, the age of consent is 17, right?
I didn't know that.
They lifted the statute of, yes. The age of consent is 17 in the state of Illinois.
Okay.
Out of 50 states of America, the age of consent is actually 16 out of 39 states.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So 16. So if you look at 50 states, we talking about how the law has moved, but federally it's 18. So they had to elevate it to a federal level to prosecute this man, and the charges are so old that they had to lift the statute of limitations.
Yeah.
And they did this with R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, like Big Von said earlier.
Yeah. If I can jump in here for a second, I really liked Bill Cosby in the 60s and I Spy. I was just a kid. And then in the 70s, the films that he did with Sidney Poitier. And I respected the Cosby Show. I wasn't a Cosby Show watcher with him and Felicia Rashad and all that, Malcolm Jamal Warner. I respected it, but, I always felt an air of arrogance with him, an air of arrogance. And I wasn't surprised to hear about, him putting pills in people's drinks. And I'll say allegedly, because in those times you had Spanish Fly and all that sort of jazz, and they would promote it. Put this in a girl's drink and watch her get sexually promiscuous. But now, correct me if I'm wrong. I met R. Kelly. He seemed...
Oh, no.
Hang on, let me say this one last thing. He seemed like a gentle person. We sat for an hour, and I tried to push a few buttons. He wouldn't let me... egg him on, and back in those days, I was ruthless. I wasn't disrespectful, but something was going on with Sparkle back in those days. I forget what it was, but he just smiled. He took everything in stride. He had about 4 or 5 guys with him. Combined with the fact that he is dyslexic, so he's always had an insecurity thing about him. I think he may have been targeted severely from the people around him, not excluding what he has been convicted of. But I think that it seems excessive, all this time that they've given him, and then to go back and then hit him with the new charges. Kim Fox, that's her name, right? Kimberly Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead, take it from there. I'm just rambling. Go ahead.
Oh no, you make an excellent point, bro. As far as Bill Cosby, that situation was like, they brought up. You see what the media does. The media brings all of these allegations, and they paint a picture, and they make the media think that these people, they force the media to look at you a certain way.
Yeah.
They force the public to look at you a certain way through the media.
Yeah.
Mind manipulation, right? Now, Bill Cosby, as you can see, his case was overturned. A lot of people don't know. Bill Cosby's attorney is Jennifer Bonjean, is also R. Kelly's attorney. She's gotten a lot of people that were falsely convicted out of jail recently. You know what I'm saying? She continuously does that. So she's R. Kelly's attorney now. Now, with R. Kelly, the thing that is very dangerous with this, well, regardless if you think he's innocent or guilty, and I know I have limited time, regardless if you think he's innocent or guilty, the charges are erroneous. They are exaggerated. They hit this man with a RICO racketeering case like he's a one-man enterprise by himself.
Right.
When how can you charge a man as a RICO enterprise by himself if he has a 30-year career? So he has a whole enterprise by himself for 30 years. That doesn't make any sense. He's not charged with violating children. He's not charged with pedophilia. That is a misconception. So when we think about the charges and the allegations, they don't match.
Well, now, hang on a second. According to Rolling Stone in February 2023, creating child pornography and enticing minors into illegal sexual activity. Those were some of the charges.
But see, majority of the people that they're not, see, that's what the media and publicity does. They twist the facts. But at the end of the day,
no. Those are the actual charges he was convicted of. I'm looking right at it. That's what he was convicted of. Creating child pornography and enticing minors into illegal sexual activity. I'm just reading what it is. I mean, I'm not, Go ahead.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, if we take that, but the man was convicted for 31 years. Now, I know people personally. Like I said, I'm from Chicago. I know people personally that have dealt with people that were under the age of consent.
Mm-hmm.
They get charged with statutory rape. It's not a federal case. They don't get 30 years for that.
Right.
That's an over-exaggeration.
Okay.
So if the man, all we're saying is charge the man correctly.
Right.
If he violated someone that was 1 or 2 years under the age of consent, charge him for that, and the punishment should reflect that.
Gotcha.
Why would we charge one man for 30 years for statutory rape?
Okay.
In essence, that's all it is.
Before you go, Kimberly Fox, are you born and raised in Chicago? Is there anything else about her that we should know? I find her to be a little weird, to be kind. You know, that whole dropping all those charges against Jussie Smollett, but yet and still she had a hard-on for R. Kelly. Again, not trying to excuse anything that he has done, but Kimberly Fox, any first-hand knowledge of her?
Yeah. Hey, all of that was political under the Democratic Party.
Okay.
See, all of this in Chicago was political. What Kim Fox did was she went online and she selected the victims. You know, when this man R. Kelly, for sake, was innocent in all 50 states, but he had no charges. And this is right after the Surviving R. Kelly mockumentary aired. She selected the victims to come on, and so she can find they didn't have no charges.
Gotcha.
So how can you get on national television and say, if you ever dealt with this man,
right,
we need you to come forward and solicit victims? It was all political.
That was
crazy.
It
was all political driven to bring this man under the rug.
That was crazy.
That's, I mean, I don't want to tell you, bro. I can talk forever about this.
No. I appreciate the call, man. And I'm looking for one of R. Kelly's family members. He called in, if you happen to know who I'm talking about, one of his cousins. If not, I thank you for your insight. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Folks, this is a research edition here. We're having a good discussion about R. Kelly. Does he deserve a new trial? Marvin, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, I'm up to speed on the Fulton County, Georgia mayor that was arrested for trespassing. I saw the video footage of him in handcuffs coming out of the police station. He says he thought the house was abandoned. I don't have the full story though. Was someone in the home when he went in there? Was he on the powder? Allegedly, I don't know. I have no knowledge. They pulled guns on him. Hit his ass with trespassing. Nigga down there doing too much in Fulton County, GA, huh? Marvin also says, my bad, South Fulton mayor arrest. Yeah, okay, thank you, Marvin. Thank you. Dominic, I got your donation for Deeds. I'll cover Ashley's donation. Okay. I'm going to put Deeds back. Well, Deeds banner rolls at the end of the live stream. If you guys could send them to her, that would be appreciated, okay? Thank you, Dominic. Mike, I got your donation. Lex Diamonds, he says, salute fam, is Deeds also known as Amy? No. Amy is my alleged daughter. I dealt with that situation today. I don't want to get into it right now, but thank you for your support, Lex Diamonds. James, I got your donation. Okay, I don't understand that, but thank you, James, for your support, sir, okay? Blade says, did my ears deceive me? Did I just hear Star say he doesn't want to talk reckless about Aaliyah? Christ! Now I've heard everything. Well, Blade, I've already done what I did. I've never apologized. What am I? There's no personal issue. She's gone. Blade, don't hate the come up. Don't hate the come up. She's gone. Hold on a second. Mike. Okay. Yes, Mike. Jamie Foxx, according to reports, he's playing golf. He was on a boat on the Chicago River or something like that on Sunday, which was yesterday. Listen, I don't do conspiracies, Mike. However, I don't think that's Jamie Foxx. Anybody in the live chat want to chime in on that? I don't think we're looking at the Jamie Foxx. Why isn't he talking to the camera? Why do we just see him playing golf? Why do we see him sitting on a boat, supposedly on his phone? Why isn't he on the camera saying, hey guys, I want to say thank you for your support. You know, I'll be back soon. I don't want to catch a lawsuit, but is Jamie Foxx gone? Is that a hologram that we're looking at? Did we lose one of the biggest black movie stars due to the alleged jab? Let's go there tonight. I got time. Area code 954. Good evening. Extended show 954. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? 954.
Good evening, sir.
Crime Skills. Good to hear from you, sir. Good to hear from you.
Yes, I I like the fact that you're talking about this.
Where do you want to start?
Watch this. When you said why don't Jay-Z help him? It's like this. Even if Jay-Z wanted to, Jay-Z can't help him. Jay-Z can't get involved. No black elite actors or musicians that's in the industry, Dr. J, P. Diddy, nor Jay-Z, they can't get involved they can't. They're not supposed to. In the eyes of the elites that run Hollywood, they're not supposed to get involved. It's a lot behind it. He deserves a new child, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. I'm going to tell you the next thing you have to look at.
Well, hang on a second, Crime Skills. Let me just respond to what you said. Why can't Jay-Z or someone else get involved? It's not like R. Kelly violated young Caucasian girls. These were just, black girls, respectfully. Just black girls.
The same reason why Ice Cube, Big League 3 will never go nowhere. The same reason why.
I think that's a bad analogy, but go ahead.
No, it's not.
Come on.
All right, let me just make it blunt.
Please.
The small hats will not allow them to get involved. It's like that. Let me just put it out there. They're not supposed to get involved. It's big. It's a lot of things that's going on. They won't.
I hear you, but I still don't understand why not. We're not talking about Caucasian, blue-eyed, blonde-haired females. We're talking about, young, or what one time young, black women, aspiring singers.
Because they got Epstein in a prison cell, and they said he committed suicide. So it's like what he did. They basically punished him to the public and let us see. They're not. R. Kelly's not gonna get nothing, bro. He's gonna dead in jail. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen.
I hear you.
It's just not gonna happen. YouTube can't make it happen. Nobody is just not going to happen. The same reason why they're going to execute YM Nelly.
Okay.
It's the same. It's what's going on right now in society. It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Somebody there for violating their white go down for violating black little girls. Art ain't nothing not gonna happen.
Okay.
He's the one that's gonna. That's just that. It's the end of his career, unfortunately. Yeah, you remember.
Crime
The way in
skills.
prison-
Crime skills. Your phone is going in and out. Crime skills. Your phone is going in and out. I need to ask you something, so I have to marginalize you. I have to. Okay? Are you with me?
Go ahead. Yeah. Can you hear me clearly?
The new Bob Marley film, One Love, coming out in 2024, produced by Rita Marley and Ziggy Marley. It looks like trash. Are you up to speed? I don't like the actor Kingsley Ben-Adir, who's playing Bob Marley. Are you up to speed?
I'm up to speed, but I haven't seen the preview. I heard about it, but I haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen nothing on it. So
The trailer looks like trash. Pure trash. Again, produced by Ziggy and Rita Marley. What are they doing? Are they trying to totally whitewash Bob Marley? This guy, he's 37 years of age. I don't know, man. Born in London, England. It looks like trash. I want to hear your thoughts after you see the trailer. That's another day, okay? I just had to say that. The new film.
all right.
One Love, Bob Marley. Sheesh. Anyway, so what else do you want to talk about? What do you want to chime in? Crime skills, please.
Can you? I think the phone is breaking up,
No.
but I appreciate the call. All right, I appreciate you taking the call.
Yes,
This
sir.
phone breaking in. I'll holler at you.
Thank you.
Respect.
Thank you. Respect. Okay. Crime skills tapping in. Has anybody seen the trailer for the Bob Marley film? Oh my God. Just this guy who's playing Bob Marley has got a stupid grin on his face throughout the entire film. Bob Marley was a handsome man, and I'm not going to say pause, but he had a serious look, you know? Not a sinister look. He didn't look mad, but he had a serious look. This guy that they've got playing Bob Marley just looks, I don't know, man. Sheesh. Folks on the screen, www.pocketwatcher.net. It's one of my sponsors. Please go there. Tell him I sent you. That's JT. Great work he does. Great work. Sound advice, okay? Accounting, advice, strategy, execution, business. Please tell him I sent you, okay? Also, hold on a second. Okay, someone says, Star, I remember you on the radio. Well, sir, this isn't the radio anymore, okay? This is social media. Okay. I have nothing to hide. And here's what you need to know, sir. I have never been fined by the FCC. Never found liable, never paid anybody in a lawsuit. So there was a lot of things that was said once upon a time, but never fined by the FCC. That's the reason why I still get these calls today. And I don't say this to sound cool. There's a radio corporation that paid me to go down to Atlanta. In 2019, they paid me for a year on a holder's fee. And once again, the Star Report was picking up traction, doing good now. And I said, I'm not going to do a throwback show and give a radio corporation half of my YouTube, rights. So thank you, but yeah, man, nobody cares, sadly. Thank you for your donation. Okay, send on Cash App. Okay, I just read your Cash App. Thank you, man. Okay, I don't know who you are. I'll check this out tomorrow. Thank you, young lady. Okay. She's trying to dip it low. You have to send a picture so that I can verify that you're not a nigga with a wig, okay? You're not catching me playing that little game. Let's go to area code 272. Good evening. Late night. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? Are you there? 272.
Yeah, he definitely deserves a new trial. He's going to get a new trial.
Okay.
There's a key to that case that a lot of people ain't pay attention what his lawyer is going for. The one charge that they really got him on, people didn't understand, was the state to state. You saying that when they were saying these girls were minors, he was taking them from state to state doing shows and having them in hotels and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a piece of it that people don't understand. How was he able to get these females from state to state? Because a parent had to sign consent in order for him to take these females state to state. Because then it becomes down to, you kidnap these girls,
right? Yeah.
And there was another piece to it. Why he gonna get a retrial is the question before they picked the jury was, did you watch the show about R. Kelly, Survivor R. Kelly?
Right.
And they all said no. And it was 3 people that they know actually really watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge signed off on it. The judge did sign off on that one piece. He did sign off that after he found out later on that 3 people that was on the jury that actually really did watch the Survivor R. Kelly.
Okay.
He did reject their paperwork when he found out, like, oh, they did lie on their paperwork, but it was already into the trial already. And then the last piece is going to be to take Tasha K. She's going to end up sending the man home. Because all those videos, all those the records, remember how she said she had records about his conversation he was having?
Yeah, but Tasha K is a journalist, and there's exceptions with regards to journalistic activity and things like that. The correction officer who's retired, from what I've been hearing, if anything, she should be dragged in and put in cuffs. I have no problem with seeing her arrested, that former correction officer. If she did break the law, I want to see her in the steel bracelets. We cannot have people doing stuff like that thinking it's cute and it's funny. Tasha K, and I'm not just saying this just because I know Tasha K. She's a journalist. If someone's going to give you the information, hey, give me the information. I get information all the time. People sending me stuff right now about Cesar Pina and his wife, yada, yada, yada. You know, that's their choosing to do that. But good, you were saying?
Yeah, so I think he's definitely going to get a retrial.
Okay.
I predict, and this maybe I'm wrong, I predict R. Kelly be home in another 2 years from now.
Okay.
Oh, and your man, and C's. I grew up in Jersey all my life. Right? And he was hosting stuff at hotels and stuff like that about real estate. He was doing that at the hotel.
Sir, can you not snitch right now? If you want to snitch, email me. Let's do it the right way. He's back on Instagram. People even sent me emails today saying, yo, he was at this particular place and he's walking in, or he and his wife were going into a broken down building. So he's popped his head up. But holler at me behind the scenes, because there are some active lawsuits that, I haven't mentioned them. But if you want to put some screws in them, holler at me.
Oh yeah, because I definitely was there. So we definitely could talk over. Yeah. I definitely was there. I seen it.
Okay.
But yeah, and the 50 Cent in that job, it's getting to be old news and stuff like that.
I can't take it. Listen, both of them have been respectful and good to me, but I can't take it anymore. I want to see somebody bring out the blammer and just, I shouldn't say this, but just do something and just stop. Just stop. I can't even click on thumbnails when I see the two of them. If it says anything about the other one, I go past it. Go ahead, finish up. Go ahead.
But you know what, I'm gonna say this. If you ever listen to any of John's interview, he don't go hard. He don't go in on 50. He don't be trying to diss him. You know what I'm saying, when the questions come out, because he way past it. You could tell he's past it. But it was a point that he did say. He said, "Listen, at one time, yeah, I wanted to go at 50, but I knew I couldn't because Herb was on trial, and I knew I didn't want to say certain things to mess up my man trial."
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Are
So-
you from the New York Tri-State, sir? Are you from the New York Tri-State?
No, I'm from Jersey, the Jersey area.
Okay. I think that they're too old to be doing this. They're too old. Stop already.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? I agree on everything you said. But for 50, he loves that attention.
I don't care.
For him-
Enough is enough. Grow up. You've got grown-ass kids. Show the younger generation something other than just beefing. I refuse to beef with people on YouTube. It's not that I can't put my foot on the gas and really get at somebody and be totally disrespectful. I can. But I don't want to be seen acting like that at my age. You feel me? But listen, I got to go, man. I appreciate the call. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I don't care if you think, I was roasting him. No, you weren't. The way I roast people, you'd call the police. Trust me. Guys, hang on a second. Someone sent me an email. Okay. I just have to take a screenshot. This is Amy's mother. She's sipping. Oh, she's sipping. And she just slipped up. Hold on, everybody, hold on, goddamn. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Ashley. I got your donation. Thank you so much. Okay, Blade says your crime skills was telling too much truth. That's why they started jamming his signal. No, he was on a goddamn some type of mobile plan, and the shit was bouncing off of a weak ass cell tower. Stop it. Malmu got your donation. Didn't the Mann Act help Gavin Newsom get street credibility with the black community back when he was the mayor of San Francisco? I forget. You can educate me, Malmu. I don't recall. Is he running for the presidency, guys? Gavin Newsom, governor of California? Anybody know? He's sharp. I got to tell you. I mean, not that I would vote for him, but he would be a problem for Ron DeSantis. $2028. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I usually vote conservative. But he would be a problem for Ron DeSantis. I don't think he would win because I would vote against Gavin Newsom. Anyway, thank you for your donation, Mamu. Did I read this one from Big Eye Key? Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, and Gangsta of Love. Okay, I did read that one. Pardon me. Frida Boy J. Okay, that was cute. That was like Frida, the artist out of Baton Rouge. Area code 332. Good evening. Late night edition. We're talking about R. Kelly. Does he deserve a new trial? 332.
Yeah, he probably does. And if let's say he gets new trial, he comes out, it's gonna be like almost with the weed dispensaries. Imagine going away to jail in the 90s for a little bit of weed and come out with all this stuff, and it's legal. It just seems like society's creating a pathway for what he did to almost be like that's the craziest thing. I hope I'm wrong. I genuinely hope I'm wrong, but that would be the wildest thing. Yeah, but again, I'm in Manhattan. which again just feels like Sodom and Gomorrah right now. It would just be crazy for him to come back out and all the stuff that he's been hiding from, or like, you know, just for it to be legal when he comes out. Yeah, that'll just be wild. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I literally hope I'm wrong.
Are you born and raised? Born and raised in New York City? You said Manhattan, yes?
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, but I'm in Harlem right now.
Okay. What is going on? What is going on up there? I listen to Bloomberg News, Bloomberg Radio in the mornings. I still listen to 1010 Wins. What is going on with the animals riding around on scooters shooting people? Now, I know it's a lot of younger people, and they use drill rap as the vehicle. But what is that like a Caribbean thing? How did you guys get to that? How'd you get to that?
I have no. Again, I'm Jamaican, so I don't know if it's a Caribbean thing. I don't do it, but and maybe a boy Rory could tell you. If you go along 8th Avenue right now, and just south of, in between MSG and Times Square, there's a section where it's literally just mopeds and bikes, and the police are just walking up and down. I don't know. I don't know what it's about, and it's clearly illegal activity. I'm seeing hand-to-hands, and the cops are literally right there. There's a lot of free zones. It's really like The Wire. In some portions of.
I spent a lot of years on Riverside Drive, 788 Riverside Drive to be precise. I also lived in 800 Riverside Drive, the Grinnell Building. I lived on 152nd between Broadway and Amsterdam, 158th and Broadway, Washington Heights, and that's what I'm talking about. Never mind downtown. I'm talking about the Hispanics, the Panamanians, and all these other people uptown. And you said you're part Jamaican or you're Jafakan, respectfully. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
No, I'm the first person in my family born in this country.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Just as a side note,
do you still have the Jamaicans in Flatbush, Flatlands, and Crown Heights running around with machetes, whacking people in the head? Or have you gotten past that?
You hear a lot less about that now. It's those areas are changing right now.
Oh my God.
You hear a lot less about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But
I don't know where I'm going, sir. I just feel like throwing that out there. I'm just, I'm sorry.
It's changing. My connections to Brooklyn, they leave and they're not really there anymore. But Brooklyn's changing. It's still crazy, but not as crazy as it used to be. But I don't know if you heard Bob Marley's son, who's a co-producer of that documentary. He doesn't identify as black anymore.
Yes,
or maybe he never did.
So it's a movie. It's not a documentary. I spoke about it. Yes, it's a movie. Ziggy and Rita, his mother, are the producers.
Yeah, I love the fact that Rita co-signed it, but just her son saying what he did coming up to the movie coming out was a little bit weird. And
explain for those who don't know. What are you saying?
He doesn't identify as a black person, and I know he's probably lived a life that most black people haven't, but just the timing was a little bit off.
Hang on a second. Ziggy said this, or one of the other sons?
No, Ziggy. You said it within the past 3 months. He said he doesn't identify as black.
Hang on. I know Ziggy. I was national director at Virgin Records in 1990. Ziggy Marley no longer identifies as black. I know they're cousins. Okay, hang on a second. This goes back to 2018, sir. You're late. Ziggy Marley.
Wow.
Ziggy Marley. Hang on. Ziggy Marley explains why he said he is not black. That goes back to September 2018.
Okay. Well, again, I just saw some new videos recently, but again, what would his father think? Not that he's not his own person. He definitely is. Just considering everything that his dad did, but not only for him, but that area of the Americas and the world. I don't know, but again, he has his own He has a right
Well,
to.
hang on, sir. You said, what would his father think? You said, what would his father think, right? So you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know that Bob Marley wanted to be buried in Ethiopia, not Jamaica? Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. He had very ridiculously strong.
Stop, and let's just think about that for a second. Bob Marley
Okay.
wanted to be buried in Ethiopia, not Jamaica.
Well, my grandfather never went back, and he said he wasn't going. So Jamaica's a weird place. It's a weird place.
His brethrens shot him in Jamaica. You know this, yes? At the peak of his success.
Mm-hmm.
Ran up in the house. Ran up in the house. The same way
performed the next day. Yeah.
The same way Peter Tosh's brethren ran in and split his wig.
Mm-hmm.
Finish up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a ruthless place. It's a ruthless place, and they got their message got intertwined with politics down there. So, to make it even messier. But I don't even. There's so much to go with that. That's just and we got off topic. But
no, sir, we're right on topic. Tell us about those Jamaican savages that ran up in Bob Marley's house to kill him, and then ran up in Peter Tosh's house and killed him. Tell us about those savages.
Well, I wasn't there, so it's going to be out of context for me. So I don't know what their motive was. I don't know who sent them. Maybe they were paid off. Maybe they got a visa to come to America afterwards. There's so many.
They were just savage coconuts.
No.
They're savage coconuts.
Yeah. That's a possibility.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Definitely
Sir, I'm sipping. Stay with me. I'm sipping. I used to run
with you.
I used to run with those savage coconuts in the early 80s. Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. South Posse, they were it. They were it.
I was on coke, so I ignored them sticking screwdrivers in people's the side of their face, collecting money, using vice grips to break people's fingers. I ignored that because they had the good coke, but those are savage coconuts. I'll let you finish up. Go ahead.
Again, no, that's not that. I know that's your truth. But luckily it wasn't mine.
Okay, all right.
That's just Jamaica. That's its past. That's its current, present, and just hopefully the future's a little bit better.
Okay.
But
thank you for your call, sir. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
I just.
Boss Hog back in the building. It is Monday, late night edition. We're talking about R. Kelly. Does he deserve a new trial for his transgressions? Convicted on multiple charges, according to many sources. And in case you don't know, he was denied an appeal or denied a new trial. Let me just be precise here. Back in February 2023. 6 counts, including creating child pornography and enticing minors into illegal sexual activity. Okay. All right. Guys on the screen, Devious J, please subscribe to his channel. We're going to let his showrunner ride for the rest of the broadcast. Great content. Tell him I sent you. If you are looking for any type of video director, that's the guy, Devious J, okay? Tavis, I got your donation. Let me see. Travis. Ashley need to pay her rent. This is her landlord. Okay. Ashley just back her tax return. Who is Ashley, sir? Who is Ashley? Anybody know? Okay, hang on a second. Somebody just sent me an email. Okay, I'll get back to you, young lady. I'm not sure what this is about, but I'm sipping. King Boy got you donation. Salute, sir. King Boy. Okay. He says, great show. it's been a little sloppy, you know. It's one of those nights, man. I wanted to do some research and readdress the R. Kelly, situation, the convictions, and see if there's something that we have been missing. Again, I want to say salute to The Plainest Jane. Let me go there for a second on YouTube. She had a great channel, and the channel was taken down on YouTube. If anybody knows her, tell her Star said hello. Man, she did so much research, and I mean, just really, really up to speed. Let me put a link in my live chat. The Plainest Jane. And she lost the channel, and most of those videos, she didn't save them, sadly. She was like one of the leading sources in the R. Kelly, case over the years. You guys up to speed? The Plainest Jane? Now, this is her new channel here, okay? But she had over 80,000 subscribers. And she was covering the R. Kelly, again, case. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines here, guys. It's late night. Area code 201. 201. Does R. Kelly deserve a new trial? 201.
Star, what's going on, man? Yeah, you know what? In the court of public opinion, I would say yes.
Okay.
In the court of public opinion. Okay. But my thing is, can he afford to pay the attorneys to represent him for a new trial?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Mm-hmm. And do they want to try the case? I don't really see him getting a new trial.
And let me make it clear, sir, in case you don't know, I'm not pulling for a new trial. I'm being, objective here. I've already said I think he was surrounded by people and an atmosphere of acceptance. I think he was power drunk. And, I think he was used by a lot of people, but that does not excuse his behavior. I did not watch that tape. I just had no interest in watching a grown man with a minor. When I heard what was on the tape, I said, nah, I'm okay. Say what you want about me. I'm a hater. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not watching no goddamn child pornography. I never watched that tape. Go ahead.
No, sir. I never watched the tape either, and I totally agree. And I remember you saying that, when all of this came out, that you never watched a tape, and I never watched a tape either. So I get that. But not only, I think the people, as you said, that surrounded him, I think they should be on trial. I think they should get a trial date now.
Yeah.
I think they should be charged as well.
But you know what? They probably told on him so that they wouldn't be arrested and charged. More than likely, they told. And I don't remember all the details. I really don't. And I didn't feel like pulling a bunch of notes today. I think, let me just, chop this up and do a little research. I think a lot of those people testified against him or gave statements, for immunity. That's what I think.
I think you're right. I don't know the charge offhand because I'm not really into that, whole law thing. But I mean, could there be like a guilt by association charge with these guys that were surrounded by him?
I mean, I've covered the story from time to time, but I mean, honestly, I forgot a lot of this. I don't, try to hang on every little thing that happened. I will say this though, the entertainment field or the industry, it is so disgusting at times, and people, whether they be vanity driven or whether they are in seek of fame and notoriety, they will do things and allow things to happen, and they will play stupid. They will claim to be the God-fearing, and only when it then gets close to affecting them, do they then want to tell or clear their conscience? It's the industry. It's leeches, scum, sewer rats, dish rag whores, disingenuous people.
Okay, I totally agree. And just to answer the question, now that we have this discussion, no, sir, I don't think he deserves a new trial. I don't think he deserves a new trial.
F that nigga.
And also, I haven't heard coconuts in a long time. The coconuts.
Sir, I'm old school.
We used to say that back.
I'm old school.
I remember we used to call them coconuts back in the early 90s.
80s. That was the 80s.
Well, yeah. Well, I was in the 90s, but we still remember coconuts.
Yeah.
Man, you know how many fights I got into by calling somebody
coconut.
A damn coconut?
Yeah.
That was almost worse than saying your mother. Remember that?
Oh, it's 5 times worse. And if you ever want to get really disrespectful and take it back decades, centuries, call a black person a stovepipe. You ever heard that one?
No.
Stovepipe, like the old wooden stoves, the pipe. It gets black from the soot.
Yeah. Holy smoke, man.
Or a chimney sweep.
Wow.
Like the person who sweeps up the chimney soot.
No, sir. No, sir.